If you bought a whittling kit from me, then this video is especially for you. You should have instructions, hardware, and a piece of cottonwood bark cut to shape for you to whittle the project. Let's get started. Our first step is to make small V cuts, 2 cuts that form a V in the corner of each of these drilled out areas. So we make a cut in one direction and then in the other, and it makes a tiny little V. And that helps to define this line better. And just go around and do that in each spot. It's a tiny little V. Maybe at the top one, you could go a little bit bigger. But don't go too deep yet. You can always take more later. But it's hard to put it back. Gently pushing just with the tip of the knife and making sure that if the blade's going to slip, it won't run into your fingers. And brace my other hand on the desk or the workbench. It's good to always be as braced as possible. If you're trying to do it while free floating in the air, it's a lot easier to make a mistake. I often come back and redo them as I go around. Just keep cleaning up those corners. Like that. I'm going to do itty bitty ones here. Should be 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. There. Now we can try the weave. To carve the weave, we want to make one part look like it's going underneath the other part. The way we do this is starting with a stop cut with our knife up and down vertical, and we make a shallow, gentle stop cut right along the edge of the part of the weave that goes over. I often go over it a couple of times, but I don't push too hard. I want it to only be just the tip of my knife, very shallow. Then you lay your knife quite flat, but lift it just a little bit. And swoop along and bring it right up to that stop cut. It should click like that, and it creates a little ledge there. I do it again, a little bit deeper, and if I have to, I redo the stop cut to help the wood come away cleanly. There's my stop cut, and there's my pull cut to come right up to where we made the stop cut. And you can see I also end up often doing it on a little bit of an angle this way. Now that creates the illusion that this piece is going underneath this piece. And when we put another stop cut, again, brace it on the table, make sure your fingers are out of the way. Make a gentle, shallow stop cut right along that line, and be careful you don't want to start cutting in over here, so you can turn it around and come from this direction. And then we can't really push in like we did here. We can't really do a pull cut either. We'll take off things we don't want to. So we use a push cut with just the very tip of the knife. We bring it up on about a 45-degree angle. We just take away a tiny bit right along the very edge there. Clean up your little bits with an extra gentle stop cut. Go back again, just the tip of my knife. And now it looks like it goes right underneath. So we'll repeat that process here and here, and we'll be all done. There's 2 done. There's 3 done. You can also turn it over, clean up these little spots, just like we did on the other side with small V-cuts. This will help the way it looks from the front as well. And if you're feeling really ambitious, you can do this pattern on the other side, so that this part that's going underneath on this side will be going over. This part that's going over on this side will be going underneath. It sounds complicated, but as soon as you start putting it together, it starts to make sense. Another thing you can do with this project is soften the edges instead of leaving them squared off. I recommend only taking a very small amount at a time and seeing how you like the effect. You can take them right down to round. I've seen it, and it's a lot of work to get them looking nice, but boy does it ever look nice. Give it a little scrape gently to take off any pencil marks that might have been there. It's also nice to come in on the side and clean up any marks from the scroll saw. So here you can see there's a little bit of pencil line there. Just gently scrape. Don't want to take too much. Cleans it right up. Oh, it's Just put a little sandpaper to it. See how it looks. Congratulations, you've carved a Celtic knot. Here comes my favorite part. Let's see what kind of magic we could create here. You can use spray varnish, wax oil like this, other kinds of wood finish oil. And it just makes the grain look beautiful. I recommend using a toothpick or other long skinny thing to push the wax or the finish right into the holes. That will seal the wood for you. An old paintbrush can help too, to make sure that you get the finish right into every little piece of wood to help seal it and preserve it. If the head pin and the hardware is a little bit too long, take a pair of wire snippers and shorten it up. Then, using a small pair of pliers, grab the head pin and insert it into the soft wood right at the very top in the middle. Gently push, even and steady. Sometimes it takes a couple of tries. And push the head pin right down until it's sunk in. Congratulations! You've made a Celtic knot pendant. I hope this video has helped you complete your whittling project successfully. Thanks for watching.